You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Iron Raged. I'm joined as always by Lee Priest, just waking up there in Australia. And Lee,
what do you mean
they
just waking up?
delivered
I've
my
been
Peloton.
I know, that's what I mean. I've been up since 5. We're going to do the show at 5:30. I said, I'm ready to go. And you said, no, I'm videoing the treadmill coming. It's like, I know the world's on edge with Russia and Kiev and Ukraine, but the world needs to know, did the treadmill get up the stairs?
Yes. You know, for people who aren't following my saga, we ordered this Peloton treadmill. And look, the Peloton treadmill, it's a nice treadmill. It's probably overpriced, but it comes with this like big computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like basically a computer. It's like a tablet, and so you could watch classes and do classes there, but you can also access the internet. It's kind of nice. It's whatever. We don't have sometimes the opportunity to go to the gym. My wife likes to do the cardio in the house, so it's well worth it. But I mean, our stairs are not that big, and the last guys to try to deliver it, the one guy was complaining he had a bad back, and I'm like, why are you delivering heavy pieces of equipment that require going upstairs if you have a bad back? You shouldn't be a mover. I mean, I don't know what I don't get what the problem is. It's like if you're a house painter and you're afraid to climb ladders, you're not going to be a very good house painter, right? Because you have to climb ladders to get to the ceiling. So I don't know.
And you think being delivery, you would be somewhat fit. You'd have some energy and stuff. But you know what it was, Dave? It's because they were not using demineralized. Now, if they had demineralized support and they had all their vitamins, blueberry extract and vitamin D and B and all those multivitamins in their system, they would have been able to get it up the stairs. So I highly recommend, if anyone's looking for a good sports multi, this is the one. Because trust, I used to use this one. I've got it in the kitchen. I got the empty bottle there. It was meant to be a sports multi. You think, okay, I'll take this one. You get the ones that are men's 50 plus and blah, blah, blah. It's like all those pain pills that says this pain pills for period pain and back pain. It's all the same shit. It's not like the pain tablet's going to isolate a period pain compared to a neck pain. So you get these sports multis and you think, oh, this will be the one I need. But then when you look at them, it's nowhere near the same, your doses here. So you people, if you're going to get something, don't waste your money on other shit, because they say, well, this is like a good sports multi from the chemist shop, chemist warehouse. It's $10.99. It must be good. And you probably got to take the whole bottle to get the same serving amounts that you get from this one.
You said it right there. A lot of companies put a lot of different vitamins in there, but they don't put them in effective dosages. So even though it says it on the label, it doesn't mean anything. It's pixie dust as far as I'm concerned. It's just the sprinkle.
So like I said, you think, so the general public goes, oh, I'm taking my multivitamin. It's got all the D's and that in it. But like you said, you're taking it's probably not even doing nothing to your system because there's not enough in there to do anything.
The funniest thing, Lee, is when you go to the store and you get people tell me they're taking a one a day, like Centrum. I'm like, do you really think that they could put all the nutrients you need into one single capsule? I have 10 capsules in a serving size, for the whole day. There's a reason I couldn't jam any more into those 10 capsules. Otherwise you would have been having to take 20 capsules.
Well, their one serving a day is good because you take the one in the morning. I go to the gym and I train, and when I take my first pee, it's like a lightsaber. It's this bright fucking yellow. And then for the rest of the day, my pee goes back to clear. But that first pee you take after that first capsule, it glows in the dark. It's great.
It's funny. I don't know if you ever had a chance to use back in the day. They used to have injectable Dianabol, and it was made in Mexico. It's called Reforvit, and it had like a ton of B vitamins.
I remember that now. I remember
because B vitamins actually help with carbohydrate metabolism, and you would pee electric. The B vitamins are the ones that make you pee, because if you don't need them, a lot of times you'll pee the extras out, especially water-soluble vitamins. And the B vitamins will make your urine look like species green color. I mean, sometimes.
Oh yeah. So. Well, I was like that with the I was like that when I used to take, you'd mix the B12 with the stanozol.
Yes.
And taking the B12, I'd always be pissing all the time from the B12. Yeah. But here's a funny story about pee. Remember? This was funny. Remember when they did the drug testing at the Olympias and they said we're going to test for diuretics and that. So I went to the chemist shop and I discovered those water pills, the ones women would take for their period, right? Those blue ones that come in a pack, and they were great. They actually did work. So I told Flex, I said, Flex, let's take these. I've used them, they're good. So I take them and Flex takes them. We both start laughing our heads off because when we did our pee test, we pissed blue because the tablets are coated. The tablets are coated in this blue, colouring. So
You
I guess
shouldn't be
that's time
peeing that,
released.
though. That's weird. You should be
No, but
pooping
it did.
blue.
It came out actually. It was almost like a blueberry greeny, but it was more
Oh
blue
my
because
God.
it's like. Have you ever noticed sometimes if you wipe your ass, you drink a lot of blue Powerade, your poo would be like a green colour because of the colouring.
I can see you're pooping that color. I never heard of the pee being that color.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, it came out because we peed and we're both like, we're looking at it, we're like, oh, this blue colour. I mean, what the
blueberry
fuck are they
pee?
taking?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're flavoring your peas
so,
now. That's funny.
Yeah, it was weird, but
so,
unbelievable.
So they I'm getting back to the Peloton. So they pull up. I actually have some. Maybe I'll play some video. I'll play my video while we're doing it. You can watch my little. I video.
Did they get out and stretch and put their weight belts on and do that?
Yeah.
We've heard about.
What?
They probably got a warning too. I bet the other people told them. Now watch this customer. He's a real asshole. Make sure you get it up the stairs.
I don't know, but one of the guys was the same guy. But the other guy who they replaced was the guy who was really complaining, and he said he had the bad back. This guy never complained. It was the other guy. So they replaced the other guy. Now, I didn't know. At first, I thought it was the same guy. So I actually say to them, I'm like, oh, what do you guys hit the gym or something like that? Now you're back. Because I figured they would send 3 guys, right? And then if you look, the boxes weren't really even that big, to be honest with you. They were basically, awkward.
Well, generally the heaviest part when I've had treadmills delivered and I've had to move it, the heaviest part's generally the bottom bit with the motor in it. That's like the heaviest part of the whole thing.
This is the bottom part right here. So they got these straps, which is really kind of cool because the straps enable you to lift the thing with your back and your legs.
Yeah. I'd see them use that when they move fridges and stuff stuff like that.
It's not that bad, but they unfortunately.
Can I get that strap? Can I get that strap? Jimmy could make that strap, but a shorter version where it can hook under a bar for like a deadlift. You could do like a sumo deadlift with the strap under the bar. Actually, it'd be like a belt squat, wouldn't it? Really? So. Yeah.
Can you imagine if Jimmy was here, like at my house, while they were doing this? He probably would have lifted the thing up himself up the stairs.
Yeah. He'd be like, get out the way. Just get out
of the way.
He'd be like,
and I got news for you. I've had Jimmy move things in my house. Because when he's done my floors over, he's had to move massive amounts of furniture off. He's so neat about doing it, and he's so methodical.
Oh,
he doesn't make a single mess. He doesn't scratch anything. He's like, it's unbelievable.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask you next. Did they hit the walls or take any paint off anywhere here or what?
Watch. The painting that they're approaching, not the one on the left, the one in front of them, is worth.
It's a Van Gogh.
It's like $2,500. It's an original I bought in an art gallery, and the dummies didn't take it off the wall. Why they didn't take it off the wall, I have no idea, because they obviously
they got to say to you, Dave, why didn't you take it off the wall?
You know what? I didn't even think of it, to be honest with you. But they're the ones moving, so I'm not see, they knocked it off the wall. They broke the cord on the back of it. So.
Oh, the wire.
Yeah, the wire on the back of it.
There's a man that has saved the Vincent. There goes fucking the Mona Lisa falling down the stairs. Jesus, save it. That's the kids' college fund falling off the wall. Come on.
That's right. So anyway, that was my
But those Pelotons, we've got the ads for them down here. Now, I'd hate to imagine what they are in Australia, but we get the ads a lot for the Peloton bikes because it's got the big screen. And like you said, you can do classes and just interact with different things on it. Because it does make a difference. I got a treadmill. It's not like a Peloton. It's just a cheap one, but it's got a screen on it where I can watch the internet. It does make a huge difference when you can actually watch something when you're on a treadmill or bike or whatever. So.
No, yeah, my wife was. The problem was now the screen kept resetting. And thank God, at least I'm somewhat computer savvy. I actually figured out that it was that it needed to be factory.
Oh, that would have been only icing on the cake. Oh, we're going to take the screen away.
yeah. That's what my wife thought. I'm like, get out. I told these guys, I'm like, get out of the way. Let me take a look at this. And not that I'm big. I'm not like a big expert or anything by any means, but I knew that a lot of times you have to factory reset it and then try it again, and so that worked. But my wife is now saying that it's making like a weird noise when she's using it. That's like the motor is making a weird noise. And she's like, so she's assuming that that's what it does. I said, there's no way. Guaranteed there's something wrong with it. So after all this, it
might just be a tight new belt. Maybe it might just be wearing.
It's brand new. I don't know. So I told her, look,
that's what I mean. The belt might be tight. You just got to warm it up.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. So she's.
Well, you think normally those treadmills that aren't that expensive and that big are pretty quiet. They don't make much noise at all.
She's got a cheapie for 20 years in the house, and it doesn't make a sound. The thing, so I don't know.
See, what's that tell you, Dave? You could have brought another cheap treadmill and a cheap TV and sat in front of it. You would have had a homemade Peloton.
I would have had no. Yeah, I would have had no problem with that. Believe me. Let me tell you.
However, you probably could have brought a 75-inch TV and put on the wall and put the treadmill right.
We have one on the wall already. But she likes to do the class. Peloton's got these classes. Yeah. And she likes to do that.
I saw that on the ad here. Yeah, you can
It is pretty motivating. I did one of the spin classes. I almost died, but from exhaustion. But it definitely, if you're into the whole spinning thing and you want to have instructors, they actually even have yoga classes that you can do. You can watch it on your stream it to your TV. Not that I have time. I do my own stretching, but for people who don't have time to go to the gym, I guess it's good. Anyway, all right.
It's like going back to the old Billy Blanks Tybo boxing VHS.
I heard Billy Blanks didn't make much money off that. They cheated him out of a lot of money.
You think he would have? Yeah. That was more like biggest.
No, they made billions off that thing. Yeah, he didn't make a lot of money at all. He was trying to come out
what's his name? I was trying to think of his name the other day. We mentioned him once before because I had an old version of it at a gym I went to the other day. Remember what's his name? Was it Tony Little on that?
I knew. Yeah, I met Tony Little actually. Believe it or not, Tony Little, who almost beat Lee Haney.
They must have made a fortune from those things, did they? Those gazelle things.
So. Oh, he. You know what? What had happened? He had sold something else before the gazelle. He was like an infomercial guy, but he was originally a bodybuilder. He was a good bodybuilder, actually. I believe he almost beat Lee Haney at the show once, and in the amateurs. And Tony got into marketing because he was a marketing. The guy can talk. He could sell anything. He could sell sand to an Arab. And he told me, he had gotten into a really bad car accident. He had to get a lot of facial surgery done, and they said, "Oh, you're not going to be able to do this." And he goes, "Look." They had this new gazelle coming out. He goes, I can sell this thing. He goes, they're like, Tony, you just got out of this car. He goes, believe me, I'm going to get back in shape. I'm going to do a few. He's like, but here's what I want. I want a Ferrari. If I sell 35,000 gazelles, okay, I want you to buy me a Ferrari, which I'm sure if he sold 35,000, they probably would have made a bloody fortune. So they're like, if you can sell 35,000 of these things, we will buy you whatever Ferrari you want. And the fucking guy did it in fucking 2 days. 35,000 of these fucking things. He said, I think after all was said and done, he sold like 45,000 to be honest with you, and they got a Ferrari from it.
Well, remember that, remember there was a thing that came out. It was like those, the things you put on your stomach and it would it just tense you up and it'd say,
those EMS
they give you abs.
Yeah.
Well, they had one, I forget what company it was. This was going back a few years. And they had to pay back money because in their advertising, where they made disclaimers saying it burns fat and this sort of stuff, which it doesn't. But because they said that, they had a class action lawsuit in them. So they had to stop the machine, this certain brand of machine. But they'd only been selling it for like 1 month. And in that 1 month, when they got thinged, they'd already made over $14 million from this stupid little...
Wow.
So it shows you that people are looking for this quick fix type of...
It's the marketing aspect of it. There's Tony Little right there. Yeah, that's probably an older picture of him. He's probably a lot older now. But
how much? Well, what's his name would have made a bit of money, wouldn't he? With the Body by Jake, you got a door, you got a gym, and
he made money. Jake Steinfeld, yeah, and he's like really good friends with Arnold too. When Arnold had that car accident a few weeks ago, he came to the scene, so I guess they must hang out.
They're probably at home now working out on the door.
Old bodybuilder guys,
Well, you still see him in the photos. There's always still Rolf Muller in the background and Sven.
Yeah.
So they're always the same crew still hanging out together.
You know those pictures Arnold had done recently for like an ad for something. It was like he's dressed as Zeus or something like that. Have you seen those?
Seen him. No.
Let me hold on. Let me see if I can find that. He's like, they got Arnold as Zeus, Ralph Moeller is something too. Pretty funny, these ads. Hold on, I want to show you. Just let me see if I can find these.
I think Arnold probably got Ralph a lot of his roles, did he? Because I know a lot of the ones.
It was one of the Super Bowl commercials.
Because even like the movies, like remember the Running Man, Sven was in that. Sven was in a few of his other ones. I think Red Heat.
Hold on, let me pull this up here. Hold on.
Yeah, because it was Sven fighting Arnold in the snow in Red Heat. I remember that. So he's been in they always turned up in all the movies together. Wasn't Ralph Moeller's one of his first big shows would have been Universal Soldier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and he was in Gladiator. That was the big one. So there's Arnold as Zeus, and that's I think Selma Hayek. That's supposed to be. I
was gonna say Ralph looks a bit different there with the dark hair. I didn't recognize it.
but if you know one of the pictures they actually show their bodies, and my client Giovanni Del Biondo, the lad. He was on the show I think once or twice before. It was his body actually. They body doubled. They basically went into the studio. They took pictures of his body and they used his physique with Arnold's head on it. So I didn't know that.
No, they're doing a Robbie Robinson and Joe Weider.
Yeah, or they did like a Lee Priest and Hulk, Incredible Hulk type of thing.
I hope you got somebody good for my transformation for my body, Dave, when we do the photos.
yeah, we got to get. I got to get a good photographer. So yeah, Lee's going to be doing a big transformation. When do we start the diet? March 1st.
As soon as I get my supplements and the protein powders.
Well, you know how long that takes. Lee, if I tell you how much
2024, by the time the mail gets in,
I'm sending Lee 4 months at a time because I don't want to have to send it like every month because it's too expensive. The cost of the ship, my wife's been pricing the shipping. It's so expensive. I'm actually think the shipping is more than what I'm paying you per month. That's how expensive.
It'd probably be easier to buy just get the products a first class seat and fly it over on Qantas.
I said, can we just send him a pallet? She's like, I don't know. I don't think you can pick a pallet up at the docks. You'd have to go to the docks.
I think they actually delivered it because when I was with Black Skull actually did that when I lived up near my mum. A truck turned up with 2 pallets. I'm like, where the fuck am I going to put all this shit? I had 2 big pallets.
That was another thing. I said, if we send him too much, he's not going to have any place to store it all. So. Anyway.
Because I think because they put it under sponsorship and they don't put any cost on it, just says sponsorship, so I don't get charged any type of money or anything.
It's crazy. You know what the problem is? The U.S. Postal Service doesn't deliver to Australia anymore.
Well, that's because what's his name? Jose that makes me all the cosplay stuff.
Yeah,
he's made me this new Jason mask, like the Jason X when he went into outer space and he turns into half cyborg. It looks fantastic. He goes, Lee, but I can't send it yet. Then he sent me that thing from the Australian Mail where it says, the US Postal Service where it says, we do not deliver to these countries at the moment due to the virus. And just to send that plastic mask, if you send it some other way, $260 for a plastic mask.
I believe it because the U.S. Post Office, and this is good for any of our Australian customers to understand, because a lot of people say to me, Dave, I ordered one Somalize and they want to charge me $200 shipping. I said, it's not our fault. Only UPS goes there, and UPS is a freaking ripoff.
I know, and they've been ripping people
off. We're
off
trying to send it DHL, see if we can get it to go down.
Well, at the moment, because people have been asking me here in Australia, so what I've been doing is I've been sending them to the Species New Zealand website and page because I haven't checked it myself, and I'm sure to get it from New Zealand sent here would be a lot cheaper than America. So
but they don't.
Anyone in Australia that's asking at the moment, is it here in Australia at the moment? It's not here in the moment, but it is in New Zealand. So look at the New Zealand Species website and that.
The problem
and
is
then
that he's waiting on a shipment because the guy had a medical issue. So they're out. They sold it. Every time I send him stuff, he sells out in 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get him to order larger amounts of stuff so he doesn't.
I'm gonna be like Willy Wonka right now in Australia. There is a bottle. I'm taking bids right now. We want to get
gold label. You have a gold label.
If we can get $1,000 for this one bottle, I'll send that $1,000 to Dave so he can ship my other supplements to me.
There you go. The other thing was that because
Russia's invading Ukraine.
What?
Russia's invading Ukraine.
I
I just
think
had to sit through. I was dozing off because Biden was on there talking, and I'm like, oh God! But it's like, isn't it funny? Russia invaded or went into Ukraine when Bush was in, when Obama was in, and then Biden's in. He never went in when Trump was in. So say what you want when they say Trump's going to start wars. Trump's a crazy man.
Yeah.
No one did nothing when Trump was there, probably because they knew that Trump would push back. And then I hated too where they kept saying, what was it? They came on the news yesterday saying Trump said what a great move this is and how smart Putin is. But it's like they played a full thing where he goes, strategically, it is a smart thing what Putin has done. But then he said it's sad to see it happen, and it's sad that Biden was sleeping why this happened. And they don't play the whole content. They're making it out like Trump is praising Putin with his big invasion. I'm like, come on.
Out of context.
Like,
that's typical.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Now I wanted
That's why when you talk, you got to keep doing stuff while you talk. So if they try and chop and cut it, they'll notice it. So they just keep doing stuff that doesn't add up. So.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you saw this video, Lee. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Probably not.
It was a video with this. Oops.
Oh, you got an alert.
Oh, I think I got
bugged. Oh shit! I mentioned Putin and the Biden. Now we're being attacked. Oh no! What's happened, Dave? We've been FBI.
I got one of these scam things popping up on my. Oh my God.
Send them some money. You could. Is it from the prince in Africa?
Yeah, I think it is.
Hey, my good friend, my good friend Matthew, who's over in out of all places, my friend's just travelled overseas for a holiday. He's gone to Sudan, so he's in the Sudan with all those tribes and that. He's going to try and get me one of those nice tribal necklaces. But how's this? He posted up some photos on Facebook of the tribes people, just dancing around and that. No nudity, but he got banned from Facebook for putting it up, and Facebook said there's nudity in your photos and videos, so we got a ban off Facebook.
Error number 2.
I don't know.
I
can't get the thing off my computer.
It's infected already. That's the thing. You clicked on it.
I don't know how to close. I'm trying to figure which window to close here. Because, oh my God!
See that? As soon as I mentioned the government, you're being infected. Yeah. It's like boom.
Please call us immediately at the toll-free number.
Cool. What's the number? I'm going to call. Hello? Yeah.
I might have to come.
Hello? Well, hello, people. Dave has been infected with a virus. He is frozen right now. So, what we shall talk about today is whatever you like. I think we should start and Ask Lee. We have Ask Dave. Let's have Ask Lee, where Dave answers all the technical training questions. We shall have an Ask Lee like we had in the magazine I used to work for, which will remain nameless. And we shall have an Ask Lee where we shall discuss anything. Life in general. We can discuss training. No, not too much training, because people always say, Lee, what should I do for biceps? We know what you should do. Barbell curls, dumbbell curls, preacher curls, the same as me, the same as everyone else does. There's no secret. And then don't ask questions, which one should I do? Should I do barbell over dumbbell? Do them both. There's no reason why you got to pick one over the other, people, because you're overthinking stuff. And when you overthink stuff, that's where you make all your mistakes. Should I eat this over that? Eat it both if you want to eat it. It doesn't matter. It's like not one exercise, not one food is better than the other generally. Just depends what you like and your taste and stuff like that. So, people, forget the bro science. Just be normal. Don't overcomplicate such a basic tool. So, I don't know. That's what we should do. So what's your question? Thanks for asking, Charlie. That's a great question. What should you do when you're in a relationship with training? Well, you should train, but you should also have a relationship, because a good relationship outside the gym makes for better training. If you're in the right frame of mind and you're always happy at home, your training's going to be good. If you're in a bad relationship, it's like being at a bad job. If you're not happy, everything else will suffer around you. Your training, i.e., and stuff. People say, "Oh, I can go to the gym and get angry and train." No, it's not good. Using anger for any type of motivation is not good. Being happy and having that happiness come from him and train because you love it and that sort of thing is much better. Good question. Thank you for that, Charlie. Now, I wonder if I have to leave so Dave can come back in, or so I have to join back on, or I can just keep talking by myself. Because it says I'm still in the show, but Dave's been infected. Maybe Dave had to restart his computer. Now, this is really high in vitamins, let me tell you people. Vitamin D, 2000 IU. Vitamin C. It's very good. It's got everything you need. Calcium, iodine, magnesium, 500. Ooh. 2, yes. Everything. Do not use if pregnant. Oh, okay, I better not use it. It's an all-purpose multivitamin. Formulated. That's high in vitamin C, calcium, magnesium, and many other vitamins and minerals. D3. Oh, we need that one right now, don't we, too? Lots of D3, they say. Fat-soluble vitamin is also included in high quantities to promote the body's optimal calcium utilization for general health. Oh my God. Blueberry extract have been added for their abundant. Oh my God, this is like, you can't get any better, can you? So people, make sure, and it's gluten-free for you crazies. 300 capsules. I haven't taken it yet. I got the other bottle open, but we can open it. Dave's probably going, Lee, get off there and log back in on the other one. That's probably what Dave's saying. And I'm just sitting here by myself, chatting away. Dave's like, Lee, you need to log out and come back in. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Bonus round. You get a tampon. All you need is a little bit of paper like this. You get a bit of paper and you get this, and it's like you roll your own. Hi, Dave. I've been holding the show down here.
I appreciate that.
I'm just telling people how great these vitamins are. They even come with like a tampon. I said, but I'm just giving instructions on how once you get this out, you got to get the paper and roll it. You got to roll your own.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. And now I
Seriously.
don't have a piece of string, but so just be careful not to.
I had something that just shut down my freaking computer. I'm telling you, I've never.
Oh my
seen
God!
Like
I hope it hasn't gone inside the computer now.
I hope not. I haven't had a virus. I haven't had a virus in my computer in forever. You know?
Quick, and it happened just when we talked about the government in Ukraine. Did you see that?
I think I think what it had to do with is I wanted to show you a video, a horrifying video, and I think that.
What was it? Couldn't have been that horrifying. I was going to ask what's the video. I'll try it on mine and see if mine starts flashing.
I'm afraid to bring the video link up again because have you seen this video of this woman who was squatting in Mexico?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
And what happened? Does she hurt herself?
Okay. First of all, it's a terrible video. I don't even know if I should even show it anyway. But this woman in Mexico was squatting, and she had 4 plates on each side of the Smith machine, and she had a bench underneath her, and she straddled it. She had a trainer there training her, and her daughter was there. And she gets under the bar, and she unlocks it, and the bar just crushes her, and she goes forward. Now, because the bench is right underneath her, her head, so instead of the catches at the end, it's almost like a guillotine, and it snaps her neck, and she instantly dies. Oh. Now, I've seen some trainers do some stupid shit with people. Why in the world this trainer would put 400 pounds on a Smith machine and then put a bench underneath her and then let her try to lift it when obviously she had no. It would be like putting like my son Logan under that. Okay, he might have a better chance at lifting it than she does.
But it's like even when you see people squatting with a bench. Like I see people squat with a bench. You know, if it's done properly, where you come down, and some people just touch it just for that depth range or just to feel it. But I've seen people squat, but when they hit the bench, they hit it that hard. You can see their back and that go bang. It's like you're thinking you're hitting the bench hard and your spine's compressing with all that weight on your back. It's like ridiculous. But man, now some idiot's going to say, well, Dave, she loved training. She died doing something she loved. I'm like, man, what a way to go. Out of all, now that should be in that, what's that? There's a video or like a documentary called like 100 Ways or something that people die stupid ways and stuff. I don't think I've ever heard of that one on there. So that might be included in season 2 of, you know,
it's
100
weird
ways.
Oh. It's horrifying. You know, and John Romano told me that, you know, in Mexico, that's something that goes on all the time. They do stupid stuff there with as far as training goes. And because of that, you know, you have a lot of fucking crazy injuries. And John said, he's always said to himself, it's only a matter of time before someone freaking dies there. And you know, unfortunately now he's right. Let me see if I can pull
I was watching the Ask Dave yesterday and I see Sid's getting a revamped studio and going to be more involved. That's good news.
Yeah.
Sid must be prepping for the new Ask Lee segment.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Lee answers life's problems. Dave does the training technical stuff. I answer the life problems. Oh, it's an old Cybex one, is it?
Hold on, let's see that. Hold on. Is that a Cybex? Yeah, that's a Cybex, but it's kind of like a Smith machine.
It's a Cybex Smith one. That's straight up and down one, isn't it? They were the good ones, actually. That's the same one that guy squatted on with me when he got stuck.
Why they have that bench between her legs, I don't know. But there's her daughter, I think, behind her. I believe that's her daughter. See, it's like a guillotine because there's normally be stoppers on there, right, at the bottom. But because the bench was there, her neck got caught between the bench and the bar.
But even with the stoppers, you can move the stoppers up and hook them on whatever height you need. So they should have at least moved them up. What was she doing? Was she going to squat or do where they do that like for like a good morning on it for their glutes and that as well? It's hard to tell what she was going to do.
I think it looked like she was going to squat Lee to me. That seemed like but whatever she was doing, the weight that was on there was absolutely way too much for her to ever lift. Why this trainer felt like this might help her in some capacity to get better muscle. I don't know why, you know, where he got this fucking concept from.
It's like I said, maybe if you saw if it was like some Miss Olympia competitor, you could understand it, you know, training for a show. But for the average woman who wants to get in shape and maybe tone her legs, that's just like you said, ridiculous. It's like, unless really, the husband could have spoke to the trainer and said, listen, my wife's a real bitch. I can't stand it. Can you have like an accident where you just load the bar up and, you know.
It almost seems like that, Lee. Like that it was a setup because you know what? If I were her family, I would sue the hell out of the gym and the trainer. I got news for you.
You want that have to be quick though. Would that be quick? Wouldn't it just be like?
Lee, I've seen Steve Weinberger at Bev Francis gym. There was a guy who was in the back once, and he loaded 600 pounds onto the squat bar on a free weight squat. Okay, in a power rack. You know, Steve watches the cameras all the time. Mm-hmm. I've never seen Steve run so fast. He ran from the office all the way around the gym to the leg room.
Mm-hmm. That's a long way.
He said to this guy, "Are you out of your freaking mind? Get that weight off there. You can't lift that." The guy's like, Steve's like, there are guys, the biggest guys in the gym can't lift that. I said, you're going to try to squat 600 pounds? What are you going to move the bar an inch? You're not killing yourself in my gym. And he made the guy, and he kicked the guy out of the gym, I think, too.
Well, I used to say that at Gold some days because, you know, you'd have the big people there. You'd have Jim Quinn and Billy Smith sometimes. Right. And they would put a decent weight on the leg press. And then you'd have this numbskull come in with his little fucking hot skins tights on, legs like a bird. And he tries to do the same weight. And I'm thinking to myself, did you just see these two fucking huge fucking men. Yes, I understand some people can naturally be strong, but looking at you, putting your pants on was a strain. And it's like I look at Jim Quinn and that, and they're struggling with this weight, and you're going to do the same weight,
Right.
and like your quad is the size of their ankle. I'm like, what's going through your mind right now? Or it's like
you told that story. You told the
10
story where the guy was working out with you, right? And he wanted to do the same weight, and he killed
same
himself.
thing. He went crashing down. Yeah, he got stuck under.
And Lee walked away. Lee didn't even help him.
Yeah, you got to learn the hard way, Dave. he was getting the good, like, negative hold, static hold.
You probably glanced back and saw that he was still alive. At least, he didn't snap.
It's still twitching.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. There's it's Lee Priest Reality on Instagram now. Lee Priest Reality. Scott Yorker did my reality series. Yeah, if you can pull it up, I think it's Lee Priest Reality.
Oh, let me look.
There's a good picture of Mike Yablon and I from World Gym they posted today on there.
Oh, it's like from old stuff?
Yeah, it's from when I did my reality series, DVDs over 2 years. They're just taking a lot of footage and photos from the 2 years of that, and they've been putting up some really good pictures on there.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Hold on. Let me pull this up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good photos on there that I haven't seen because they're from the video footage of different stuff.
Hold on. Oh, I screwed it up. Hold on.
Good one.
There we go.
There it is. That must have been a hot day. Mikey's only got 2 jackets on there, or a jacket and a sweat top and another sweat top.
He might have a few shirts under that World Gym shirt.
He does. You know, we had the jacket, there was a World Gym jumper, and then there'd be another jumper under that, then a T-shirt.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff on there that I haven't seen even myself.
Who's that? Just a fan?
Yeah, that's what the Twin Lab shirt, is it?
Oh, look at this one. McDonald's.
That's when I went to the McDonald's in Hawaii when they gave me that gold card for a week, and I was just going to McDonald's and swiping card and I was giving breakfast to the homeless people. I was like, Jesus, I was just feeding them all.
I eat it. That's Waikiki Beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate at the same McDonald's every day when I was there.
Like if you go down, if you're facing out to the ocean, if you go that way, there's that nice white hotel down that way, and Gold's was pretty much across the road up on top up there. Sean Davies and I in the Pro Lab days. There's a lot of great pictures on here, so people, if you want to see some good photos of me that I haven't seen on there, it's like there's me and John Schneider. He came to
from Dukes of Hazzard, man. Yeah. That's great.
We used to hang out and train and go racing together.
Oh, he was a guy. He really did race cars, huh?
Yeah, I actually navigated for him in the General Lee in the big race, the Silver State Classic outside of Las Vegas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, there's so much good stuff on here that they've been putting up. It's like good to look at.
Look at you with dark hair there. Holy shit.
Yep. That's at a barbecue at my place, is it?
Is it? Yeah, you're barbecuing.
Yeah, so I think you can go down. Mine, that was Lois. She ended up dying of cancer. I put it. My friend put her down on my birthday, sadly, and I said I can't take her in. So he's walking her into the pound to put her to sleep, and she keeps looking back to see where I am. I'm like, I'm not looking. I can't look. Yeah, there was Kathy and a friend of ours at Six Flags, I think. I think there's a picture of Lonnie Tepper and I having a barbecue in the backyard down further, and I got my hair blue and red. And
so, who's this?
Just a fan.
Oh wow! Look how young Lonnie Tepper is. Holy, he looks like Bob Bonham now, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that was like one of the American 4th of July, maybe, because I got my hair blue and red and that for the. There's a lot of good stuff on there, Dave.
Yeah. 2 Supermen.
And I think too, you can go to the bodybuilders reality thing. You can still buy these DVDs, or you can get them on download versions now. So there's my grandparents.
Grandma?
Yeah, grandma and granddad when they came to visit me in America.
Wow.
And that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sad. Making me sad, Dave. And that Superman one there, that's when I did the photo shoot with David Paul. That's just before I went to America when I was 20.
That's 20 years old? Holy mackerel.
Yeah. And there's Kurt Miller down there. If you go back in the yellow shorts, remember Kurt? Who I said I trained with? Yeah, body paint that took forever to put on. Oh, my God. Remember I said Kurt Miller, who I trained with? I had the barbecue at my place. Yeah.
That's Kurt
there. Great physique.
Yeah, really.
He's the first guy I met. That's like my brother there. Originally from Iowa. His father was a minister in Iowa. There's a lot of good. There's racing day there. There's me and Kurt. I think that was at the show, right? That's at the show where I think I guest posed, and Kurt was watching my photos. So when I had to go on stage and guest pose, this guy come up, and Kurt's like a very plastic guy. He said his father was a minister, but if he pissed him off, he'd get really angry. And he's sitting there, and the guy takes a photo. Kurt goes, "Oh, you got to pay for it?" He's like, "No," and he walks off. Next time I come back, and Kurt's got him on the stairwell. I said, "Kurt, you couldn't let him take the photo." He's like, "No, he was very rude."
Oh, look at Lee here. Holy mackerel. Leanne.
Yeah, looking good, don't
Leanne Priest.
Yeah, so I was ahead of my time. I just couldn't tell which way I was going to go. The big,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, here. This is a classic picture that I love.
Oh, yeah. That's from the videos where I'm eating Kentucky with my friend Bruce, and Bruce is asking about TVs in Australia. I'm like, yeah, Bruce, we do have TVs in Australia.
You actually look like Valentino eating that piece of chicken, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, this is a good Instagram page, people, so check it out. They keep putting up stuff, like I said, that I haven't
you and
seen.
Joe Gold?
Oh,
Kathy?
Joe. Oh, so many good memories.
Yeah.
You're depressing me, Dave. It's making me sad again.
Fat Boy Priest. That's
Butterball, Fat Boy, whatever. I used to get all the names.
Look at how young you are there. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, that's one
17.
of the first photo shoots.
17.
Go beneath it. Beneath it's one of my first contests when I was 13. The photo right beneath that one.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
13 years old. Wow, what a demon. What the hell was I thinking at 13 doing that shit?
Nowadays, you couldn't even compete, right? You got to be 18 and over now.
They would be holding back this great talent, Dave. Look at this.
That's right. Oh,
that's my first photo shoot. That's the first Irvin Gelb photo shoot I did for Muscle Mag in Gold's Gym. That's one of my first photo shoots. That one and the black and white striped.
Yeah, Irv must have shot you probably for 18 hours. Probably,
my God. Every body part, this and that. And then he comes to tell me, he brought me lunch once, but then he come to tell me, Bob Kennedy, love it. He brought everything. And I'm like, well, what do I get? Oh, you get publicity. I said, oh. Which is good at the time, I guess, but, you can't pay your bills with publicity. That's when I got the neck tattoo.
Yeah, that looked good, but right after you got it, it's got good color right now.
Oh, yeah.
They all fade, though. That's the problem.
I know. Look at some of these pictures.
These are good
pictures. That was for actually a newspaper in Austin, Texas. That photo was taken.
2007.
An article.
Wow. Look at how young you are here. How old? 17?
Yeah, that would have been in Australia. Yeah. Yep.
Look at that hairdo. Holy mackerel. That's a thick hair.
Oh, what a coif. That's like you call it a coif. The coif to go.
Now, what was this?
That's when I did the shoulder. And when I tore the tendon off my shoulder.
Oh.
That would have been 2008. No, I was moving the TV.
Oh, shit.
Never been injured. I picked the TV up like this and it kept sliding. I was a big widescreen, so I picked up a slide. So I turned my hands this way, and as I pulled it out the box, it just went and ripped off.
So you tore your bicep, basically?
Yeah, the tendon that holds your bicep up here.
Yeah.
Here, that one, yeah. That went pop and just fell down. I'm like, thanks for the new TV, Mum. She brought us a surprise. I was that excited to get it out the box. I couldn't wait for help. And then I turned my bicep. Look at that.
It's always doing the awkward things, yeah.
Yeah. Never been, like I said, never had an injury in the gym. Oh, look at young Lee back there. My God, when he's a babe.
Oh, Rusty Jeffers. Look at that.
Looking real. Yeah. Rusty and I trained together a lot when I was out in Arizona.
When he shaved his mustache.
Scottsdale.
He didn't have the typical mustache that we're used to seeing.
Oh, yeah, that's at the gym doing shoulder presses, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Who's this? Fan?
Yeah, that's my twink lover. That was actually in Australia.
That's another one of your classic great pictures.
That's at the World Gym. That was the Artie Zeller, I think, took that one. That was on the Abbott Kenny World Gym before they moved to Marina Del Rey on the back balcony. That's the same day we took that photo on the cover when my arms are up on the bar, leaning on the bar.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That's a great shot.
And like I said, I was just resting. I was just resting on the bar, and he took that, and they got the cover of Muscle and Fitness. And he's like, I really like that. Let's try and do it again. And no matter how much you try, you just can't get those natural shots. It's just one of those. Yeah. Like Artie got so many of Arnold where he wasn't training; he was just resting in between sets or just doing nothing. And you just click that picture, and it becomes iconic. But then you think it does look good. Let's see if we can do it again. And you try and get the same position, just doesn't happen.
Hold on, this is a good one. 6 years old. Look at Lee Priest.
Oh, look, in his school uniform, getting ready for school. Oh, you wouldn't think, look at that young kid, so innocent. And Who would have known? I've actually got a lot of tattoos there, Dave. You just can't see it under the school uniform. Have we lost Dave again? Dave has disappeared. And we're stuck with me looking at me. Oh, well, Lee, you look good. This would have been Plattsburgh Primary School, probably. And here Lee was. My mum sent me to school young, at 4. Just before I turned 4, because when I got to high school, I was 12, just turning 13, before I left and got a job. So I'm glad you people are interested in my school history right now. I was a very good student, above average, good in science, always got A's in that. Mathematics, didn't really like, but science was good, art was good, English was okay. But things that I didn't like, I just never paid attention in, because I'd say, why am I learning algebra? I said, say if I want to work on a checkout, and back in those days, people, you didn't have scanners. You had checkouts where you actually had to punch the keys in, like 29 cents. I said, why am I learning X plus Y equals Z? Because if I work on a checkout and I have to scan a product, I don't scan, but if I ever get a product, it's going to be like 29 Z, or, oh, then the bread's $1.50 X, let me add that up. Oh, that's $2 X, Y, Z. No, I said, so why do I got to learn it? So I'd argue with the teachers that kicked me out of class. My mathematics teacher actually told my mother, I hate your son. Because my mother come home and said, Lee, I've never been told before that a teacher actually said they hate you. Now, you couldn't say that today, could you? No, but back then, that's when you could get a kick up the arse. And the same teacher, though, who said that, I used to stir up and laugh and be in the class clown, and she always used to come running down the back to me to yell at me. So I put some passion fruit on the floor one day, and when she come running down, she slipped on it. And then, I do have a soul, people, and a heart. I did feel really bad that she slipped over on the floor. But then she kicked me out of class. See, I'm talking about the school photo still, Dave. I'm just
I actually was hearing you the whole time. I don't know what happened. The camera was,
you're thinking, Lee, shut the fuck up. I got to cut all this shit out.
No, I'm not cutting that. I don't cut out anything, man. Not on your show, because there's always some gems of stuff that you say there. And people like it. People will text me like later or email me and say, "Oh, that was pretty interesting what Lee was saying about when he was a kid. I want more of that, you know."
Well, that's why we're going to have the new segment with, like, remember with MD when I'd have the crazy questions, like the priest confessionals? We need Sid to do a priest confessions with Lee Priest, where people can just ask off the wall questions.
Yeah, Lee Priest confessions, exactly.
Yeah.
Although,
but they have to confess to me. I'm the priest, and they have to bring me their problems, and I shall absolve them and tell them what penance they have to do to overcome what they have done.
That's right.
I got a priest outfit somewhere. I'll wear it during the show, and then we can. As long as I don't get put up on any sexual charges. I was not near those Boy Scouts at the time. Trust me, it wasn't me.
No. Well, final thing I want to mention is that Lee will be starting his transformation March 1st. We're going to get him in the best shape of his life, and helping him with his diet will be none other than the technician, Chris Aceto. So Chris will be doing the diet.
Out the bag now. The cat's out
of the bag.
And like I said, I've never had anyone help me with my diet.
I know.
This will be actually nice to go and look at. I can see why when Dillette told me, when I said, why do you have Chad? And he just pointed to the fridge and goes, look. He goes, all I have to do is here, breakfast. It says this, lunch. He goes, I don't have to think about it, because I hate thinking about it. And some days I'll just skip meals because, you know what? Fuck it, I can't be bothered eating. I don't know what to eat. So if it's
you're doing this 100%, Lee, 100%.
Exactly. It's out of the bag now. The pressure's on Chris. Like I said, we've seen Chris make champions, but now Kenny turns shit into gold. I've always said you can't turn shit into gold. But
the good thing is Chris won't give you a laundry list of like 25 drugs to take. So that I know that probably sits very well with you.
Look, I'm happy just with like 200 milligrams of test and 25 milligrams of D-bol a day. Hey, I'm happy with that. That's it.
Old school Arnold Schwarzenegger cycles.
Yeah, no, like you can't beat like I said, it's basics. And when I was rambling on before too, I was talking about that when you weren't here. I was saying how when it comes to training and dieting, you get all these questions: which is better? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? For biceps, should I do barbell, dumbbell? I'm like, do a bit of everything. It's like you don't have to pick one over the other. Why you gotta? Nothing is better than the other one. Find what works for you, whether it's eating wise, training wise. Find what works for your body type. Because, like I said, someone could say to me, Lee, what's your favorite bicep? And I go, barbell curls. They're the best at. But yet, if you do barbell curls. Maybe just due to your makeup, the way you're built, you might be like, you know what? I feel dumbbell better. I get a better feel with dumbbell.
Yeah, I never felt barbell.
Yeah,
ever.
then you do dumbbell. Don't go, oh well, he does barbell. I got to do barbell to get big arms. No, that's all bullshit. You do what you feel is best for you and what you feel you get the best results from.
I couldn't even get a pump doing barbell curls. It was like my biceps weren't even working. It was the craziest thing. I needed to use like a cable or a dumbbell where I could actually lift my arm up, almost like a Jimmy.
But mentally in the beginning, did you think Arnold does barbell? Everyone does barbell. I got to do
Of
barbell.
course, you do everything. I hated, you know what? I hated skull crushes too. I never felt them in my triceps really.
No, so it's like I do some things like skull. It's like dumbbell pullovers. If I go to medium weight, I feel it good. But then every time I went heavy, it became like a tricep thing. As I'd stretch back and start doing this, my triceps would start pumping. Even though I'm not using my triceps, I get the best tricep pump from doing a dumbbell pullover. So I'm like, this ain't working my fucking back. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, the weight was too heavy.
Yeah, it's just
You got to find. I always tell people, you got to find what works for your body and then do it. It doesn't mean you need to lift light. You just need to find the exercises that you actually feel, because then you're going to get benefits out of that.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, I love preacher curl, but if I go too heavy on it, I don't feel anything. Just due to my little T-Rex arms, as people say, and hanging over the bench, just the leverage for me just feels weird. So if I go really heavy on them, I get the best forearm pump, but I feel more my forearms and nothing in my biceps. But yet people I saw with longer limbs, they'd be curling all this weight on the preacher. I'm like, oh, well, they got the leverage there for that one.
Preacher, if you did I could do one arm at a time on there, and I could use almost such small amounts of weight, and it's like the most concentrated pump I've ever felt in my life.
Every
time I go too heavy, it just hurts. It just hurt my shoulders.
You know what I used to enjoy doing? Like, sometimes you lean over a bench with the one arm on an incline, so you're doing like a one arm preacher. I used to like on the preacher bench itself, but get two dumbbells and like sort of push the dumbbells together, so you're making like a bar. So you got the tension of pushing the dumbbells together at the same time as you're curling. And Mike Christian used to do that one. I think it was on one of those Battle for the Olympias where he'd get a straight bar, but he'd bend over at a right angle to the floor and just let the bar hang and curl it while the bar's hanging. It's almost like a barbell concentration, but you're not sitting down, you're bent over. And it was a great one. And then Comerford had the out to the side curls, like a crucifix type curl like that. And
because he felt that he had short arms like you did, and then he had really good arms as well.
I mean, short arms. What am I talking about?
He's got very short.
I like when people go, your arms only look big because they're short. I'm thinking, yeah, but if I measure them, they were 21, 22. Doesn't that still make it big? It'd be different if it was like 16 inches and you go, fuck, it looks 21. But if it still measures 21, that still makes it a big arm.
The reason why your physique is so good is because it's proportional. Like some short guys have like long torsos and like short legs, or their legs are long and they have a short torso. Like you're very well balanced from up to the bottom.
My torso is sort of long. That's why I said I still love it. A little bit,
but you know what? It makes your waist look small, because if you had a short torso, you would have a terrible V taper.
That's why I laugh. I commented on that. I think one of the last shows when someone's like, "Oh, Lee's a short ass. He's got short legs." And I'm like, well, being 5'5", what? I don't think my legs would be 6 foot, would they? I'd be like,
I was going to say, I never saw, like when I see you on stage, I never said his legs are too short. I never visually, I never saw that. Maybe because
did you see the good thing? On my Instagram, I just posted up. There's is it a Iranian website? That one I ain't sold anyone, but it's one of those websites where the language is different. On my Instagram, I just posted a video of me and Chris at the Ironman when I got second to Chris, and Chris wrote to me like 10 minutes ago. He goes, "Oh, you give me that one, did you?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'll let you have that one." So,
pull it up.
And I go to give Ronnie a kiss because Tamaya gives me a kiss. There we are. Look, the Ironman, first and second. I get second. I go to give Ronnie a kiss, and Ronnie pulls back. You watch. Look at Ronnie in the fancy suit. Oh, Ronnie! Look at that suit.
Ronnie must have had his suits made at Omar the tent maker. He had the biggest suits I've ever seen.
Yeah, look, Ronnie doesn't want to kiss. You watch. Oh, Ronnie, come on. Yeah, that was the Ironman. That one. Oh, look at that condition back then.
Yeah.
I got second, and Chris won that one.
What did you weigh there?
I would have only been about 204.
Yeah, that's a good weight for you.
Yeah,
Chris was really good there, if I remember.
Yeah, whatever that website is actually that Instagram page where I shared it from. They post a lot of good old videos of the old school, not old school, but just, you know.
What are they? Are those all Wayne, like the Wayne Gallish videos?
I'm not sure. They would have been taken from whoever filmed the Iron Man. I think Wayne Gallish did all the Iron Mans and Arnolds back then, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen this? Hold on. Did you see this picture? I just on that same website. I didn't even notice this. Hold on. Electrify your mind and make a comeback Lee Priest style, packed with species, which he spells. Did he spell species wrong? Yeah, he spelled species wrong. No, he spelled it right. Protein. All right. What is this? This must be meant to be Mr. G post. It looks like. Yeah, Mr.
You haven't seen the video, the Mr. G video, where he's got the lightsaber in the kitchen.
I'm almost afraid to put it up.
Hey, no, he's doing where he's given you buy the Lee Priest cookie, and there's going to be a golden ticket. No, it's not a golden ticket. It's going to be either you get the picture of me doing that, or there's something else. And if you get the picture of that with your cookie, you're a winner in that. And then it's like you got to find it where he's got. I thought I shared it. He's got the lightsaber swinging it around in the kitchen like Obi-Wan.
Is this it?
Yes.
I am Obi-Wan G. And I'm calling out to my young Jedi, Lee. You've retired now. You are a master Jedi. Apparently the world has been taken over by darkness and evil. We need you to come back. To come back, Lee. To defend and defeat the evil that has taken over this world. Together with Species and Mr. G's protein stacks, we join forces. We beg you.
All right, I'm gonna wind up getting demonetized now because of the Star Wars music in the background.
It goes on and on. Then he pulls the lightsaber out. Then it's
I hope they don't demonetize me.
I almost feel like you need to project me up there now, like Princess Leia, where she comes out and goes, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi! Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi!" We need Chris Aceto dressed up as Obi-Wan, and me going,
there you go, or as Yoda probably would be better. Yeah. All right,
Lee,
we're going to wrap
why does not drink protein does not matter. Drink protein, one must.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. Guys, the take-home message today, number one, is don't squat weight you can't handle. Number two, Lee Priest transformation starts March 1st with the Yoda himself, Chris Aceto, helping Lee with his diet. And if you want to check out some of Lee's old pictures, the Lee Priest reality Instagram.
And I must say that before you go, I did love where you handed over the reins of the Mr. G muscle in the morning. That was like watching Biden read the teleprompter.
You know, it was a joke.
Grishana.
Yeah, he couldn't pronounce Oksana Grishina.
Yeah, that was the best part.
I bet him. I said, there's no way you could read that teleprompter. You know, I didn't even know if he knew how to read, to be honest with you. And he actually read the stories, you know, as best he could. But
I was laughing at that because I was watching it with my wife, and it's like he's trying to get excited, but it's like he was getting excited at the wrong parts in the story. It'd be like talking to he goes, "Oh wow!" It's like
I think he was so happy that he was actually able to read the teleprompter. That was what it was.
I thought it was funny though, because like I said, the bits where he was getting to the excitement part was like, that's not the excitement part. Wait, build up. It's like
you know, people don't realize it's not easy to read the teleprompter, you know, because it's like you're trying to be natural and you're trying to like put your own personality in it, but really it's going fast, so you have to really focus on the words, or you're going to screw the story up. So.
Oh, trust me, I saw Biden with the press conference this morning. It ain't easy.
Nah.
It ain't easy.
Anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Lee Priest, Dave Palumbo, Iron Rage will be back next week. Make sure to follow Lee on his Instagram and follow his transformation starting March 1st.
And get the best vitamins on the market.
Thank you.